are here with Nate, who was the 15th person voted out of Survivor Bloomsburg right before the merge.
Yeah.
So Nate, what did you do to prepare for season 2 of Survivor Bloomsburg, like mentally, physically, or social strategy wise?
Definitely. I've been really getting into working out recently, so just a lot of time spent at the gym. Trying to work up more on my cardio, trying to burn some fat because I dirty bulked and it was bad. I bulked up to like 175 and I was just fat, and I'm like, this is terrible because I used to be a scrawny guy. But other than that, I never really saw Survivor, so my girlfriend made sure that we watched like Total Drama Island together, kind of trying to get a feel for it. But other than that, just trying to prepare myself to meet people, to possibly be betrayed or something.
So actually, in this final episode before you got voted off, there's a video where you talk about how much working out you did that specific day, and now you're just tired.
Mm-hmm.
Do you regret doing all that you did that day, or prior to that? You know,
Definitely, yeah. I honestly wasn't even like worried about how much cardio I've been doing, because it was seriously, I did 2 calisthenic workouts that day, and then I went up to the rec center and I maxed out the rotary torso machine, and then I hit a new PR on the ab crunch machine. And yeah, I did not know how tired I was, and I didn't know how much stamina had to do with swimming, which is a really stupid thing of me to say. But that was like, I never knew I was so bad at swimming. I don't know if it was just an off day or something, but wow, like that was bad.
So, what were your first impressions when you met the 29 other castaways back in episode 1? Who did you start to form connections with right away?
Definitely, there was a lot of people where I'm like, okay, they seem like very much, you know what I mean? Just like very, very big personalities. And I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna, I'm gonna chill back, see if people talk to me, try to meet some people, see who's nice, what kind of vibes I get from people. And with me being a freshman and a lot of people being older, it was kind of just a little bit hard trying to get in contact with people because I didn't know the game of Survivor. I didn't know who was who. I didn't know people from previous seasons. So I was kind of just like the brand new newbie trying to come in and just hopefully have people to talk to them.
So you found a pregame advantage on campus very early in the game, which you ended up using in episode 5 at the pool. Tell us about how and where you found it and why you waited to use it since you had it for 5 weeks.
I definitely, that was pretty funny. So I kind of got the text message from GK about it and like, okay, I'll get to it. And then I kind of sized up the competition with how like involved everyone was into it. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to, find my thing because these people are really locked in. And it was kind of near, I forget the name of the building, but you know where the black gates are, leading towards like the hill right before you get to the quad? Mm-hmm. It was right towards the steps near the mailroom. At the building there was a tree in there, and I kind of just ran up to the tree, and I saw him there, and I sat for like an hour 30 maybe, wow. Like late at night. And I looked in the tree, and I'm like, oh, okay, there it is. But like every building looked like the exact same on campus. And like, especially as a freshman, like I don't know where places are, so.
You spent a good amount of time searching.
Yeah.
Wow. In episode 1, what was your favorite challenge and why? Between like Gaga Ball, Don't Drop the Mic, or the Wooden Square Plank Hold?
Oh god, that's a blast from the past. Probably the plank hold. I think that was the one I was most involved with, because I don't think we competed with the second challenge. Oh no, we did. I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't even have to do that one because the Python C team did so good that I really kind of felt the pressure because I would let people go first because I didn't want to seem rude, like, oh, I'll go first, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll go when I'm supposed to go. And I just didn't have the opportunity to perform as much as I would have liked, but the plank stuff, more the physical kind of stuff is where I normally thrive, so I think the plank one was probably my favorite.
From episode 2, tell us about your experience with the challenges from Capture the Flag to the relay and the tug of war dual knockout, your highs and your lows.
Yeah, Capture the Flag, it was pretty awesome. I got the last capture, and I was definitely on a high then because I'm like, okay, I'm really thriving. The relays too, I thought I was doing pretty decent with that. And then the tug of war, I did the best I could do. I remember the first person I got out, and then I started to get real cocky. I'm like, okay, like now I'm with the big dogs this time. And I got knocked out that time, but thankfully I was selected for tribal. I still don't remember who was batting for my name out there, but thank you if you're watching this. But yeah, it was, I think episode 2 was definitely my highest point in Survivor.
So, speaking about that journey, in episode 2, you and Julia missed out on the first time your Python team had to go to tribal when Dylan C got voted out. How did you feel about that journey and missing that moment in the game?
It was definitely pretty nerve-wracking. I remember people talking about who's to vote off and who's not to vote off. And having never seen Survivor, I'm like, oh, that's not nice. But that's the aim of the game that I found out. But yeah, I mean, it was definitely hard not supporting my team there, not being there. But it was definitely nice kind of getting to know Julia a little bit better, getting to know some of the crew members behind the scenes, because they're doing all the heavy lifting. We're just smiling and waving, you know. But it was definitely interesting, because I didn't even know what the tribal keys did. I'm just like, okay, my name is called, all right, and I go into this secret room. I'm like, all right, let's see what happens.
In episode 3, describe how the challenges you played went for you. Between volleyball ball, pinball dodgeball, and flippin' dots. Your highs and your lows.
Yeah, that was definitely one where that was another day where I wanted to give more people opportunities. I knew volleyball was my strong suit, so I sat that one out. Dodgeball, I just don't know if my ADHD was just terrible that day, because I didn't hear a single rule that was called. So I wasn't aware of the boundary lines, and having that, that definitely set me apart. But I definitely was able to size up the competition. Same with flipping dots, I wasn't able to participate in that one. I think I was sick that week too, so I didn't want to bring my team down. But I got to size up the competition a lot and kind of just try to, I didn't want to judge people, but kind of just try to see, okay, this one is a good sport, this one kind of seems like a jerk, and kind of try to balance that out and see who to talk to, who not to talk to, and yeah.
Mm-hmm. In episode 4, talk to us about the communication challenge. You were the first one in the Lycoming Honors College receiving the tongue twisters. What made it so challenging?
It was definitely challenging trying to remember everything, but like I said in my reflection video, I used to do singing in the past. I did musicals back in high school, so kind of a lot of the tongue twisters there were ones that I used for warm-up. So I'm like, okay, great, this is easy, but sometimes it would be altered a little bit, and it's trying to jog that past memory and current memory, put them together and kind of throw out the old stuff, bring in the new stuff. And just like little kind of adjectives in between. There's a lot of adjectives like the slimy snail instead of the slippery snail or something. That really messed me up. But I thought we did pretty good. But we ended up losing that one, which stung. It is what it is.
In episode 4, how did you feel about your new team after the swap happened and the numbers were evened out?
I was definitely a little bit nervous at first, because brand new crowd, you're trying to meet new people, everything. You don't know if they already had some previous inclinations about me. I don't know if there was going to be any more like packs going against me or anything. But I'm someone who lives in the moment, so just trying to live and learn. My buddy Trey was on the team, so I mean, as long as that I had 1 or 2 friends on my team, I was pretty solid and I was pretty comfortable. But just trying to earn my keep, trying to work as much as I can, but give other people opportunities to shine, and just be a nice guy, try to talk to more people.
In episode 4, tell us about the Battleship Twister Challenge, your highs and your lows.
I was the second to last person to get out, so that was pretty awesome. That was definitely a night where Trey and I really bonded, and you know, we learned that our team could work together. Our new team, we broke the alligator curse. I'm forgetting the names already, and we ended up winning, which was absolutely awesome.
In episode 5, the deep dive bingo seemed to tire out a lot of players. What was your experience like looking for those chips?
That was terrible. With my stamina being gone that day, I just wanted to be a goofball. I did a flip into the pool, and immediately I'm like, okay, let me go for the real deep ones. And I saw that the pool was 11 feet deep. I'm like, that's not too bad. And swimming, just all of a sudden my stamina was gone. And I remember when I was a little kid and I almost drowned when I was 5 or 6 years old, and all of a sudden that PTSD started coming back. And like for one of the first times in my life, I actually like started panicking. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna die on this. But I don't want to sound like I'm over dramatizing it, but it was definitely, I think it was just because my stamina was gone, my abs were gone. And yeah, and I didn't know that we could tag out. So I kept trying to push and push and push myself, trying to dive down, go out, and I didn't find a single chip that worked. And just, I felt like the communication during that game was just real rough. I don't know if it was just I was missing out on the conversations. Maybe I was talking to someone else, joking around when I should have been in the game, learning the rules more. But like I didn't know which coins were already flipped or anything. So it was really just a game of crossing my fingers and hoping I found something out, which sadly I didn't. But we still won that game, which was awesome. Good on my team for that.
In episode 5, you and Tatiana struggled to use the water guns to knock down your team's cups off the diving board and lost the challenge. Why did you choose that part of the relay?
So my dad back home does a lot of rifle competition shootings, and he trained me a little bit when I was younger, so I definitely wanted to I definitely thought out of everything that would be my strongest thing, since I had training in that. But those are firearms, and that's a water pistol. But yeah, I did well knocking them over, and then I started celebrating, and I forgot that they needed to be knocked over completely. The sad thing was, when I shot one, I knocked 6 down. All of them rolled into the railing, and that definitely screwed me over because nothing was able to move. So no matter how much I shot it, no matter how much I filled a water cup up or moved or anything, I couldn't get them down. And I never learned how to float as a kid, so I'm just kicking my legs like a madman, and I could barely keep my head above the water. And yeah, I definitely didn't know how badly I need to train with swimming more.